Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and we're going to be talking about something called the past participle. What it is, when is it used, and how is it different from the preterite and the imperfect tense. So the past participle is when we say things like made in China or spoken in Spain. Or if we take a verb like do, instead of saying I did that or I was doing that, it's I have done it. So done is past participle. We use past participle a lot with the verb haber, which means to have done something. Not to have, like tener of having, possessing something, but to have done something in the past. Or had done something, would have done something, will have done something. So how do we form it? Well, you might know by now that every single verb in the Spanish language ends in either the letters AR, IR, or ER. Even the verb ir technically ends in IR, to go. So if it ends in AR, take off that AR ending and make it ado. Instead, if it ends in IR or ER, make it ido. For example, to live, vivir ends in IR, so we make it vivido. Tener, to have, is tenido. Hablar, to say to speak, and to say spoken or talked, past participle, it would be hablado. Now there are some exceptions. I'm gonna just throw on some common ones on the screen. You've got hecho for hacer, and it's not ha sido, right? You've got vuelto, dicho. But the good thing is that there's not a crazy amount of irregular ones, and they're not super complicated, I'd say. The good news always about irregular verbs in Spanish, just so you're not so discouraged, is that while they are frustrating at times because you want everything just to follow the same rules, they are the most common verbs that you will use, which makes them easier to remember because they're the ones that you're going to use the most. So how do we use the past participle just in general? Well, without using the verb haber. We'll take something like made in China. You would say hecho en China. If you are using it to describe something like that, you do want the gender to match whatever it is you're describing. Meaning, if I say the bed was made in China, I would say la cama was hecha in China. Hecha being made because cama is feminine, so we make it end in the letter A, not O. The shoes were made in Spain. Los zapatos fueron hechos en España. But if I were to say the letters were written by Maria, letter is carta, which is a feminine word, so it would be las cartas fueron escritas por María. And escrita, by the way, is escribir in the past participle. It's irregular, which is why it's not escribido. So when it's an adjective, the past participle will match the gender of the noun. That's only when you use past participle as an adjective though. By the way, you've seen this and already used this without even realizing it. With adjectives like cansado, that's cansar, to tire, the verb in the past participle. And notice how it matches the gender of the person as well. If she is tired, it's está cansada. If I am tired, it's estoy cansado. To worry someone is preocupar, so it's preocupado or preocupada. Notice the ado or ada ending, past participle, adjective. Now, when we use it with haber, we are not going to do this. It's always going to end in that O, basically. It's never gonna match the gender of anything, anyone. So, if you wanna say that I have done something, use one of these, has, hemos, han, habéis, if you're using vosotros form. And then you just follow that by a verb in the past participle. For example, I have studied for 3 hours. He estudiado por 3 horas. This is super common in Spain, by the way. This is very common in every country, by the way. I'm just saying that a lot of times instead of saying I studied, someone from Spain is more likely than someone from Latin America to say I have studied instead of I studied. But you need to learn this regardless because this is super common anyways. She has lived there for a long time. Ella ha vivido ahí por mucho tiempo. Pretty simple, right? To say I had done something, it's había, habíamos, habían. So remember había, followed by past participle. I had lived there for 3 months. Había vivido ahí por 3 meses. They had already eaten when I arrived. Ellos ya habían comido cuando llegué. Will have is habré, habrás, habremos, habrán, etc. I will have arrived before 3. Habré llegado antes de las 3. We will have done it. Lo habremos hecho. Again, we're just changing the use of haber, conjugating haber in a different tense, but the past participle is always going to be what follows that verb. Would have, habría, habríamos, habrían. Would you have told me? Me habrías dicho. Or me habrías contado, using the verb contar. I would have gone, habría ido. Hopefully this video helped you understand this a bit more and just make you feel more confident in general about Spanish, because you might have learned something that you didn't even realize you were using before. By the way, I put together a free training to show you how to accelerate your Spanish learning. It's my methodology that I use that allowed me to become fluent in Spanish within a year, and how you can do the same. You can be speaking and having real conversations with native speakers just a couple of months from now. I want to show you what to focus on and what not to focus on, what resources to use to practice, and so much more. Click on the link in the description to sign up for that free training right now. And you also, at the end of that free training, hear more about my full Spanish program, A to Z Spanish University. If that's something that you're interested in signing up for, you also get a special discount for signing up for that free training. So if you want to learn Spanish with me and you're interested in that, you'll hear more about that at the end. So sign up for that free training. Just click on the link in the description. Whether you're interested in my program or not, I highly encourage you to check it out. You'll get a ton out of it. Please, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, one of my goals is within the next year to get 100,000 subscribers. So we're about a tenth of the way there as of this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao.